And hello everyone, here we are for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. So it's gonna be a shorter one for this, because, well, the time I have feels like... Okay, no, the sound feels good, I hope it sounds good for you. So let's just go. We are here and we're gonna keep going with the main mission. Let's see the generals.
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder White. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantry. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you.
Okay, just talk. Come on. Don't be shy.
These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. If you wish to know more, please.
I'm not
feel free to
sure
ask.
the Sanctus Medicus is part of the main quest, I don't remember.
The reports about the Arbor's
So if
rebirth
people
from the Master Diviner
played the
who
game and
shriveled,
didn't do those missions, like side
you've been
missions,
summoned to the huge
they probably
ways
don't
of
know what
the
happened on the
Struggle.
Sanctus Medicus.
There are a lot of doubts within the Alliance about this whole situation. But despite all that, I believe in you.
Aww.
Since you joined the ranks,
Thank you.
You have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshal still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the Lawful to you. Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Yuchue from a siege, and destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance. I still remember those battles vividly. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others.
Man, I love this character already. This thing is Said. That's so true. Are you seriously telling me that I'm recording this at 7 AM and there are like fucking idiots from the retarded gym in front of my fucking house shouting in the middle of the street? By the way, the place I live in is basically U-shaped. The buildings, I mean. So the echo goes all over the place. And this fucking retarded is just screaming. I'm gonna fucking call the police one of these days. I'll tell you a funny thing about that later. If I have some time. But yeah, anyways. Well, actually, you could kinda say that for actually what I just did now. I don't achieve muscle or whatever he does, like being in shape or whatever on the gym. So I feed on his failure. I know he's fucking stupid, so I'm gonna feed on that, not on the effort. No, just kidding. Um, about this, it's sadly true, and I've already suffered the consequences of idiots like this. Even if you're not particularly well, situation-wise, or about the kind of work you do, or the situation you're in, or anything, they'll find a way just to fuck someone else up, to see them fail, so they are happy, because they cannot achieve anything by their own. And like, the most like, the biggest satisfaction you can get for these people is just like, almost agree with them. That's what I did when I had a problem like this. It was just like one person making fun and just like telling other people, that I failed and blah 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 blah. But when I came after him, and I was like, yeah, so what? Just like confront this person. He really gets quiet because these people are used to just like have their chest just like full of air, just like big chests, and just like talking as if they are bosses or just above you. But when someone actually confronts them, they don't know how to act. It's so funny to see them just like, yeah, right. But just don't pay attention to this, okay? There is gonna be a lot of people doing this. Don't pay attention to animals. Pay attention to the ones that are with you. Totally agree with this. Sadly.
I've seen
Gonna have
enough
breakfast, by the
failures
way.
in my time, and I want to believe that your
If I have
loyalty
breakfast, I
is
should change the videos to the morning and not to lunchtime.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yao Qing is the only one
Could do that.
investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No. I am too.
This old man's words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Laofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Shao's questioning. No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony, and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are important.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Shao's? And whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Xiao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the timely start of the war dance.
The guy has some balls.
Oh, by the way,
The old man has
I
balls.
prepared
By
a
the way,
gift
by the way, he
for
talks.
war dance.
Ooh.
Yes, it's this case right here.
Ooh.
There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Xianzhou Laofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Laofu would be the Ringmaster.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the ringmaster?
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
I'm gonna use this one.
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days, a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Zhu-Ming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword.
So,
Moreover,
Fuck.
I hear that Yan
Fuck.
Jing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Laofu as the Ringmaster. So it seems like a perfect gift for him.
I think there could be a third option, like having the tournament, and they would judge who would be the person who's worthy of the sword. Because giving like that to Yangqing, okay, why not? It makes sense. But actually, we saw, and the game is telling us that he is not ready. And again, listen to the game. Watch Penaconi. The whole time the game was telling you. And the whole time you've been doubting the game, and the game was right. Hmm? So, the game is telling us that Yangqing is not worthy, at least for now. So, giving it to him is not a good option for now. Giving it to the champion of the tournament. So what if the champion is actually a bad guy but good with a sword? Look at Blade. Hmm. Interesting, right? So the third option would really be just let the tournament go and give it to the person who people will choose. Maybe not the winner, but because of their skill or the way they fight.
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yinji.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Chuming and challenge me in the ring?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever happens, it won't be him. Not to be rude or anything. We've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find out who beats who.
Well, not me.
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match.
How does that make sense?
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two of them take as an apprentice?
Huh? Who? Wait, me?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword. So I thought, why not teach her
He's
the
throwing
art
her
of
under the
swordplay?
bus.
Oh, wait. Are you serious, General? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be so embarrassing.
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that.
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped.
Don't say too much
War
about her.
dance is the perfect
Come on.
opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General Huayan. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. while teaching me. If everyone knows each other's tactics, won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during the war dance?
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Juming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really decides a swordsman's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals.
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yang Qing?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others? So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach, why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead?
Yang Qing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective.
I see, General. Then count me in.
Now that Yang Qing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March giving her nod.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
Yeah. While I'm smart, learning swordplay sounds like a whole lot of work.
Sorry.
It'll be great learning swordplay. That way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target.
So she was
I'm
aiming.
on board. Thank you for your kindness, General Huayan.
Starting tomorrow, Yan Qing and
His
Yunli will
face.
teach you the basics of the fundamentals of swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift.
You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Well, you need something to start, right? You idiot.
General Huayan's gone. Wait, what?
The mission here says March to Mastery. A Star is Born.
Does something feel off about what we talked about?
I
to
can
be
only go
straight
for
off
5 more
topic,
minutes.
How did things even get to this point?
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yun Li and I suddenly become Miss March's swordplay mentors?
Because General Huayan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time.
It isn't obvious enough. Yes, but the ceremony anyways. But until then, you can do something else, and they want to keep an eye on us for some reason. Us, the Astral Express too. Not only the
But
general.
From his point of view,
you know.
we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face.
Makes sense.
And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has now evolved into you two.
Elder Huayan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses.
We know about that.
I apologize for not disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have. So please, be prepared for the meeting.
What a bastard.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but
Hmm?
as the Lawfu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the
Oh
War
man, you're fucking up the conversation.
I know.
Like, look at the log, okay? Okay, never mind. There. See? The Astral Express and Jing Yuang, the general, talking like adults. Meanwhile, Yangqing, sword. Just like, stop doing that. We got it. Hoyoverse, we got it. That is a kid. We got it. That is mad. We got it. Like, okay. Don't overdo it. This part was unnecessary. You could have actually just make him say that after the conversation, or just like, okay, conversation ended, the Astral Express is going, and Yaxin stays behind with Jing Yuang, and then Yaxin says this. Now, right there, it doesn't make sense. Come on. Just makes him look like a fucking kid. Even more.
The
I really
illustrious
hope
Merlin's
this is
claw
not
waiting for
taking too
me.
long.
And for so long, too. It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukon?
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Law Fu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up?
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachio?
Jiao Cho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy
Oh,
Commission from the
that's how they
City of
met.
Yao Qing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition.
Oh, by the way.
It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today.
Apparently the 5-star is gonna be...
Given my
Or
background,
she is gonna be a 5-star
I'm
at least,
happy
a
to
playable
have made it this
character.
far.
I
I'm
saw on
relieved to know
YouTube
that you're safe and sound.
some animations from her as a character.
I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal? As your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Lawfu?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders.
Facial animations. Normally you should see a
They
1 minute
fear
and a
the
half video, something
resurgence
like this.
of abominations, much like what happened 30 years ago.
Or maybe
Although
just the gameplay phase.
reports from the Lawfu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded, or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved. This puzzle has many missing pieces. As you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons.
Logcha.
The Lawfu Preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lune to re-enter the Lawfu,
Yes.
thereby unlocking the lunarescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the Ambrosial Arbor.
For
It
the
is for these
greater good.
reasons that I have come here to the Lawfu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person. But since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Perhaps pretending you didn't hear any of this would be for the best.
Normal.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jingyuan right now, but... well, you know how I am. The Law Fu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibiter Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jingyuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements. A moment that our adversaries relish.
That's true. And that's why I'm also here for another purpose. To visit Hule.
Hule? You mean that Hule?
Hmm.
The Boris in Warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the shackling prison for...
The nemesis
Hule.
of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end
Foxes
of the
versus wolves. Interesting.
I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hule.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century.
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recess, given the situation on the
Yes, I just want this episode
Those
to
on
end
the
now.
Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them.
Okay.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
The Verdant Knights
Jesus,
followed
it
the
never
route and
ends.
discovered the wreckage of the Whistling
They should give the
Fish.
player the opportunity to leave
Unfortunately,
and come
there
back
were no
after.
survivors and no cargo. However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukon.
Oh,
Have you heard of a person named Ron May?
the Watcher. Man, for fuck's sake. Jesus. Should have been going already. Okay. I'm hearing adventuring, like my character, so normally I can finish, hopefully.
Did I over...
No way. No way. No way I'm keeping going. Okay, thank you. Anyways, guys, thank you one more time for being there with me for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. We see each other for the next one. Until then, consider leaving a comment, a like on the video if you like it, or dislike it if you didn't. But never forget about it. Stay the way you are, you're amazing, and see you guys